Donna. Welcome back to my page. I'm a nail technician, a mom and a nail educator. Today I'm going to show you how to make a nice easy nail art with a gel polish, and it's called a wet on wet design. Now have fun watching. This tip has been buffed with a 180 grit buffer, and I've brushed away all of the dust. Now I've got some gel polish. This time I've chosen a nice grey colour, and I'm just applying the first thin layer of gel polish. It's important to make sure that you cap all of the free edges, make sure that you smooth out any air bubbles which you might see while you're applying your product. If this has been applied to a acrylic nail or a gel nail, then you just apply it straight on top of the gel which has been buffed, or the acrylic. That way this will adhere nicely to that layer. Now that's done, it can go and harden in your lamp for the recommended time which is needed for your gel polish. The gel polish has now come out of the lamp, the colour is fully cured, and now we can go in and apply our second layer. With the second layer, this will give a complete coverage. It's not necessary for the first layer to give a complete coverage. This can vary, of course, from brand to brand, but with the brand which I use, it's just 2 layers. So let's just brush out any small air bubbles or any imperfections, and of course don't forget to cap the free edges. Now this is still wet, and it's not necessary to put this into the lamp because we're doing a wet on wet design. What I now get is something which I can place some gel polish onto. I like to use an old tile, but you can use whatever you prefer. If you want to use a piece of paper or a painter box lid, that's possible. I've now got another gel polish. This time I'm taking blue, and I'm just going to place a dot of blue onto my tile. And I've got another colour gel polish. Here it is, and I'm just placing a dot of white onto the tile. Let's get a good dot, that's it. And now what we do is, taking a dotting tool, we just go straight into one of the colours. I'll choose blue to start with, and then we get a ball of blue on the end of the dotting tool. Very gently we just place a few little blobs straight onto the gel polish. As you can see, what I'm wanting to happen is for it to start spreading out a little bit. Just each time you go in and you get a bit more, put another dot down there, one at the top. I'm just going to wipe off my dotting tool on a small wipe on one of these. Let's see, yeah. And what I'm going to do now is go into the white and put a few dots of white here and there. Each time just going back in and picking up some white. You can of course use any colour combinations which you prefer. So wipe the tool again, and now I'm going to go and pick up a little bit more blue. 1 minute. Let's make sure it's wiped properly, nice and clean. That's it. Pick up some blue. What you do now is you just wait maybe a minute or 2 minutes for your colour to spread out a little bit. I've just waited about 2 minutes for the design to appear, for the dots to run a little bit into the grey gel polish. This can vary depending upon which brand of gel polish you're using, because some are more fluid than others. And now it can go into the lamp to cure for the recommended time. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to add just a little tiny bit of glitter. So I've got a pot of loose glitters. These are very fine glitters, and we can just add them to the design to make it look a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to take my dotting tool. I'm going to place it into the loose glitters, and then just very gently I'm going to just tap it onto the white part of the design. Let's see, very gently, just here and there, a little bit of glitter just to give it a little bit extra. And of course you can use any colour glitter you like, it's really up to you. And we don't need too much. In fact, I think I might, let's see, we just put a little bit here. And I'm going to stop at that, and I'm just going to put it into the lamp for 10 seconds just to make sure the glitters stay in their place. And then I'm going to add a top coat. This has now come out of the lamp, and all that's left to do is to add a soak off top coat. So we just apply a nice thin layer, and there we go. Let's get a little bit more. Just making sure that everything is covered completely, all the glitters, all the free edges. So that's done, and now we can put it into the lamp to harden for your recommended time. The soak off top coat is completely cured, and I've given it 1 minute to cool down so that when I come in with my cleans and remove the dispersion layer, the top soak off gel still remains lovely and shiny. And that was the end of the design. It's a lovely, easy, wet on wet nail art design with gel polish. Now, thank you so much for watching. I place 2 films a week on a Wednesday and on a Saturday, so if you'd like to be informed and get notifications of the films, then just give me a big thumbs up and subscribe as well. Now, see you next time. Goodbye.